John Chaffee. What can we say about John? John was a very extremely intelligent young man, come from a large family. He wrote like plays, and the school at this time, I think it's quite unique, would let him produce his plays and put them on in our study hall, which had a stage, and they'd let us do these with I don't think the teachers even knew what was going to happen. But anyway, he did that, and he later went on to become big in radio, I think around the Cincinnati or Cleveland area, somewhere in Ohio.
John Chaffee, yeah. He was a smart one in the class. He always had a little thing that he used to, like a puzzle that he worked all the time.
Leon Sider was the son of two of our teachers. Miss Cedar, not Sider. Cedar was our English teacher. Mr. Cedar, I think, taught math. So the poor kid had a double whammy about having his parents teaching in school. But he's a musician, a very good one.
Barbara Brick, yeah, she was the pretty one in the class, yeah. And I think she was going with a guy named Fred Driltz, maybe?
Barbara Blake married Fred Driltz. And I think did we pass him yet? No, she's a B. Had 3-4 children, moved out to Arizona. Her husband has died, which is Fred. He graduated the same year. And Barbara was living in Alabama with one of her children, last I heard. Gloria Hagan was, again, my best friend all through school. We went through Meade School together. She lives just up the road, still lives up the road. This road behind me is named after her family, the Hagans.
Paul Schultz, yeah. I think he was, I think he ended up being a cop there in New Haven I heard there for a little while.
Carl Sandrowski lived right up on 26 Mile Road when we went to school. Very quiet. We called him Cheyenne after the movie star. Tall, dark, very quiet, and was a auto mechanic.
Alice Adams, boy, I remember her a lot because I used to copy off of her paper. I remember one time that she wouldn't give me the answers to the test, and we almost got into a fight. We still laugh about that. When last time I saw her, she brought that up.
Donald Earhart. I don't remember much about Don. He came to our school like maybe just in the junior, senior years. Came out of Detroit, so we kind of figured he was sort of a, I mean, he didn't say much. He's probably just a plain, ordinary kid, but we thought maybe he was kind of hip. And Marie Vandewater was probably the most popular girl in class, and we're still very close. We write, and she's promised to come home for the reunion.
Nancy Luckman. I used to try to copy off of her paper, but she wouldn't let me look too much. She was good in math.
Lee Phillips. I haven't thought about Lee. He's kind of a funny guy. I mean, humorous. But I really don't know what happened to Lee.
Lee Phillips, yeah, I remember him. Yeah, I think he went on senior skip day. We drove from New Haven to Detroit on the senior skip day.
Linda Calhoun, very outspoken, determined lady, intelligent. But after high school, I know she married and had one son, but I have no idea what happened to her.
Barbara Brill, nice girl. Small class, though. I think it was like 26 people in our graduation class.
Thomas Prater was a lot of fun. Always had a smile on his face. Fairly good student, as far as I remember. I think he was involved in sports, too. I don't think Charles was, but he was. Lyle Biebner just lives right over here around the corner. And very suave. And he became first a barber, and then he worked for the Macomb County Police Department until he retired.
Fred Driltz, yeah, I remember we was ready. I was trying to go out for the football team, and he was running down the sidelines, and I went up to try to tackle him, and he grabbed my helmet, pulled it down over my face, and kept running. I was only about 130 pounds during that time.
Fred Driltz, his mom and dad ran the Meade store, general store, which is burned down. Nice young man, married Barbara, and he died. I wrote the date down in one of my books, but just in the last 2 years. Hazel Dodds was extremely quiet. They lived right over here on Fairchild Road. So I went through grade school with Hazel.
Joan, yeah, she was a pretty one in the class too. Yeah, very soft-spoken.
Sigrid Erickson is a young lady I went all through grade school with over here at Meade, and she was from Sweden. We helped her with her English, of course, when she was in grade school, and she went on to marry and have 2 children, and lives in Texas with near her daughter and grandchildren.
Stanley Gleason, the basketball player. Yeah, he was a real good basketball player. I think we played Romeo one time, and they took all the players off the floor except for him, and he played against 5 guys for about 2 or 3 minutes, you know. Yeah, he was a very good ball handler.
Stanley Gleason, good athletic, good with basketball. We had a good basketball team. There was Russ Alexie, Stanley Gleason, Byron Moore, Seifert, Allen. They were like a team that could, I mean, they just worked off of each other and always could make those baskets, and one knew who to throw it to. But Stan was a good athlete.
It was special because it was a small class, and we were all like, we were all friends, you know. For a small class, small school like that, everybody was friends, you know, and everybody got along real good, and a little small town.